Imagine this. A giant crocodile has just caught its dinner, a fish, maybe a bird, and it begins chomping down. But as it eats, something strange happens. Tiny tears begin to well up in its eyes and roll down its scaly face. Is the crocodile crying because it feels sorry for the animal it just caught? Is it sad? Or maybe it's just a very emotional eater? Not quite. The truth is, crocodiles do sometimes appear to cry while they eat, but it's not because they're feeling any kind of guilt or sadness. These so-called crocodile tears are a real scientific phenomenon, and today we're going to uncover what's actually going on, why it happens, and all the fascinating facts that make crocodiles some of the most incredible reptiles on Earth. Let's start with what crocodile tears actually are. The term is often used to describe someone pretending to be sad, like saying, "Oh, she's crying crocodile tears," when someone fakes being upset. But the origin of this expression comes from a real, observable behavior in crocodiles. When they eat, some crocodiles seem to produce tears as if they're crying during mealtime. Scientists have been curious about this for a long time. For many years, people thought it was just a myth or a funny observation that wasn't based in biology. But in 2007, a team of researchers decided to investigate for real. They studied several species of crocodiles and their close relatives, caimans, while they were eating. What they discovered was surprising. Yes, crocodiles really do tear up when they eat, and there's a scientific reason why. So what causes this tearful reaction? It turns out it's not about feelings at all, it's biology. When crocodiles eat, they open their jaws very wide and use a lot of muscles in their face and neck. These muscles are located near the crocodile's tear glands. The motion and pressure of chewing can squeeze these glands and force tears to come out. It's similar to how you might get watery eyes when you yawn really big or sneeze too hard. Another possibility is that crocodiles might produce extra tears to help keep their eyes clean while eating. When they tear into a meal, especially something messy like a fish or a bird, bits of food, dirt, or feathers might fly around. Tears help rinse their eyes and keep them protected. Remember, crocodiles spend a lot of time in water, which is full of mud, algae, and insects. Their eyes need to stay moist and clean to help them see properly, both underwater and above it. So their crying might actually be a helpful way to keep their vision sharp. But don't be fooled. Crocodiles don't cry the way humans do. They don't weep because they're sad, lonely, or scared. Their brains don't process emotions like ours, and they certainly don't feel remorse for eating their food. Their tears are just a natural physical response to eating and don't mean they have feelings of regret. Now that we've solved the mystery of the crying crocodile, let's take a closer look at what makes these ancient reptiles so special. Did you know that crocodiles have been around for over 200 million years? That's even longer than dinosaurs. In fact, crocodiles are often called living fossils because they've changed so little over the ages. Their powerful bodies, armored skin, and hunting skills have helped them survive through massive extinctions and climate changes. One of the most amazing things about crocodiles is how perfectly designed they are for hunting. Crocodiles are ambush predators, which means they wait patiently for their prey to come close and then strike with lightning speed. They have incredibly strong jaws and can snap shut with tremendous force. In fact, the bite of a saltwater crocodile is one of the most powerful in the entire animal kingdom. Once they grab their prey, there's almost no escape. But crocodiles don't chew their food like we do. Their teeth are made for gripping and tearing, not for grinding. When they catch something, they often perform what's called a death roll. That's when the crocodile spins its whole body in the water to rip off chunks of meat. It's a gruesome but effective way to eat. And remember those tears? That's when the crying might begin. Not from sadness, but from all the muscle movement in their face and jaw. Another thing that makes crocodiles impressive is their ability to live in both freshwater and saltwater. Saltwater crocodiles, the largest of all crocodile species, can swim across oceans and travel hundreds of kilometers. They have special salt glands in their tongues that help them get rid of excess salt, allowing them to survive in seawater where many other animals can't. Isn't that incredible? Crocodiles also have amazing eyes. Their pupils are vertical slits, like a cat's, which help them see well in low light. They also have a special lens in their eyes that lets them see underwater clearly. And just like cats, crocodiles have a third eyelid, called a nictitating membrane. It's a clear layer that slides over the eye when they dive, acting like swimming goggles to protect their vision while they chase prey below the surface. And let's not forget how stealthy crocodiles can be. With just their eyes and nostrils above the water, they can float almost invisibly for hours. This lets them sneak up on unsuspecting animals who come to drink at the water's edge. When the moment is right, the crocodile explodes out of the water with a mighty splash and grabs its meal in a flash. It's a perfect example of patience and power in nature. Crocodile babies are amazing too. When a mother crocodile lays her eggs, she buries them in a nest of sand or vegetation. She guards them closely for weeks, protecting them from predators. When the babies are ready to hatch, they make tiny squeaking noises from inside the eggs. The mother hears them and gently digs them out of the nest. She may even carry the babies to the water in her mouth. Even though crocodiles can be fierce, they show surprising care for their young. Once the babies are in the water, they stay close to their mother for protection. Baby crocodiles eat small insects, fish, and frogs. As they grow, so does their appetite, and eventually they'll be hunting on their own. But the world is full of danger for young crocodiles. Birds, big fish, and even other crocodiles can be a threat. Only a small number of babies grow up to become adults. So how do crocodiles communicate? They're actually quite vocal. Crocodiles make a variety of sounds, including growls, hisses, and grunts. Baby crocs chirp to get their mother's attention, and adults use low-frequency rumbles to warn others or claim territory. In fact, the sound of a large crocodile bellowing across a riverbank can be so loud you can feel it in your chest. Let's go back to that expression, crocodile tears. It's funny how a real biological behavior in reptiles turned into a phrase about fake emotions in humans. It reminds us that sometimes the animal kingdom is full of surprises, and what we think is sad or funny in a human way might have a totally different explanation in nature. Crocodiles don't cry because they're sorry, but what they do cry shows us how connected everything in their bodies is, from the muscles they use to bite to the glands that help protect their eyes. Even in the middle of a meal, a crocodile's body is working in amazing and unexpected ways. And while crocodiles may look scary to some people, they play an important role in their ecosystems. They help keep fish populations healthy by eating the sick or weak. They keep rivers and wetlands in balance. In places like Australia, India, and Africa, crocodiles are considered symbols of strength and survival. Sadly, some crocodile species are threatened by habitat loss and hunting. That's why protecting wetlands and rivers is so important. By saving crocodile habitats, we also protect hundreds of other species, from birds to fish to plants that share the same environment. Conservation helps make sure crocodiles and all the life around them can survive for generations to come. So the next time you hear someone say crocodile tears, you can tell them the real story. Yes, crocodiles do cry when they eat, but not because they're pretending to be sad. It's just one more incredible detail in the life of one of nature's most powerful, ancient, and mysterious creatures. Whether they're gliding silently through a river, caring for their young, or shedding a tear during dinner, crocodiles are full of surprises. They may not cry for the same reasons we do, but their lives are just as fascinating and definitely worth learning about. Because in the end, the animal kingdom isn't always what it seems. Sometimes the most fearsome creatures are also the most fascinating, and sometimes even a tear can tell a tale.